Hey guys, a bit of a different video today. It's a real important one, probably the most important one I've ever made. My whole YouTube career, you know that I haven't really asked for anything. I don't take anything free from companies. I buy everything myself. Sometimes I go into debt to do things for YouTube, which started off as a side hobby, and then I really enjoy it. I enjoy doing it. I enjoy making the videos. Editing's fun to me. Well, I was recently approached in the last couple weeks about an opportunity to purchase my local shooting range. And unfortunately, I'm very blue collar. I really don't have the kind of money it takes to do this now. I have been considering selling my house to possibly buy the range or the deposit. And the range comes with a lot of equipment. Outdoors like this, you need a lot of stuff. There's water shedding and water tables that need constant maintenance. Culvert, drainage, gravel. You need basically a skid steer, excavators, dozers. And it's not cheap. Not cheap at all. Now, like I said, I'm willing to sell my house to possibly get, money towards the deposit, but even selling my home won't be enough money to purchase this range. Now, I've been coming here for about 5 years, 6 years, actually a little bit longer. I think when I first got back from Iraq, it was one of the first ranges I actually came to, although it was under different ownership. The range was owned by different people and it wasn't very big. Now, the current owners, I've known them for a long time. Blue-collar family, self-made, very patriotic. They've known me for a long time. They like me, otherwise they wouldn't allow me to do things like the Ridge Racer. As well as other things. This range hosts USPSA matches. It used to be the Ohio State match for USPSA, which they gave it away years later to another range because it was a lot of work. And, they got families, they got grandkids, they got stuff to do. They can't do it forever. Now they've entrusted in me and gave me special privileges to do some cool stuff for you guys, film YouTube videos for you guys. And they also allowed me to set up this competition, which is crazy. We were also able to get tactical games, the Ohio affiliate, Colin, here in Ohio as well. They also bring that here at this range. But this range is more than that. We also do different... Mount Owls is one event, for example, the Ducks Unlimited event. All kids matches and raise money for children, whether they're from damaged homes, have disabilities, and... Back to the range. If this range gets purchased, it could be purchased by investors. Maybe they'll do some cool stuff with it. Maybe they'll sell it, build apartment complexes. Maybe they'll kick all these competitions out and just run it like a regular, old school range. Currently now, there's us and a few other ranges that allow some very, very cool shooting to happen. And I called a bunch of friends. I was unsure about this. It's kind of big league for me. Like I said, I'm blue collar. I can't afford this kind of stuff. Called some friends, thought about setting up a GoFundMe. Well, actually, first I thought about raffling off a bunch of my optics, all my ACOGs, my firearms collection, offering maybe, some shooting fundraising stuff. But unfortunately, raffles are illegal in my state. Even with attorneys, you can't do it. You got to be a non-profit organization, and unfortunately, a range, charges memberships and hourly rates, so it's for profit. Well, talked to people about a GoFundMe. Some of the crowdfunding's funky. You can't buy real estate with it. Well, GoFundMe's a little different. GoFundMe seems to be kind of anti-2A, at least most of the people that donate. But my friend said I should do it. They said, a lot of you subscribers ask if I have Patreon. I tell them no. I don't want any free money. I don't want monthly subscriptions from people. I do this because I love it. I make the videos because I love it. But there is a time limit for this range. There's, they're older. They're almost done with it. And they wanted to pass the torch on to me specifically for a few reasons. They have workers here. I know the workers personally. They want to make sure these guys are taken care of and get to continue to be part of this range. The owners have put a lot of money into this. This range has a lot of resources and personal sweat gone into it. You know, the owners have used their own money to bring in, you know, bay walls, USPSA materials, rain structures to keep the shooters out of the rain, constant bulldozing, you know, bringing in gravel for all these roads. Like, this range probably has, I don't even know how many acres of gravel, but look up the prices of gravel, you know, all the gravel they put into it. It's a lot of money to make this what it is, and I'd hate to see it go to waste. Now, worst case, you know, I try this, it doesn't work, and investors get it, that's fine. Maybe they're cool. Maybe they'll let us keep doing cool competitions. Maybe they won't. It's not a big deal. I thought it was a snake. There's a bunch of snakes out here. Maybe we'll see one. You know, for someone like me, because I'm creative and I will continue to put my time and effort. You know, I may not be made of money, but I am made of labor and creativity. And they know that I'll put a bunch of time into this range to keep making it cooler, as well as bringing in, you know, other type matches for the public. We've been trying to push, you know, modern matches in that allow people to do cooler stuff, dynamic shooting. You know, the days of the standing still and just shooting at still targets is kind of over. People want something more. They want something real. Me and a lot of my friends and acquaintances, we know how to do that. And that's all we want to bring in here. Long story short, you know, from advice of family and friends, they said, you know, maybe I should just go ahead and do it. So I'm going to do it. Worked out with an attorney how to draft it up. It meets the guidelines for GoFundMe. And, you know, if I can get the money for the down deposit, the deposit will be able to get the range. And then from there on, you know, basically improve it, maintain it, pass the torch on, bring in tons of awesome people, open up tons of new bays for the public. We want to basically set it up where all the cool stuff you've seen me do in videos and everybody wants to do. Imagine you just come in, you sign into that bay, you reserve it. There's props, there's everything you need. You can move. Obviously, you'll take a safety briefing. But once you do that, come back, set up for the day, shoot with your friends, do whatever you guys want to do. Set the props how you want to set the props. You know, find some drills online, come here, set them up, do your stuff. You know, and you can bring a group of friends if you want. Even my Ridge Racer, it was basically an event to bring what I get to do and find a way to give it to the public as well so they can do cooler stuff. Well, now I have the opportunity to open it up to do something bigger, since I'll be able to start excavating and bulldozing in a bunch of new bays where people can come do their own training that they want to do. But either way, if maybe you can't, you know, I thought about, I think on YouTube, like 50-some thousand, I think I got now. I know I don't post often, but that's because I'm working all the time. If I have the range, possibly, I would be here way more because, obviously I'd need to be on grounds more and I could film more. But I think I'm up to like 50-some thousand subscribers, and I was doing the math, you know. If all of you would give $10, skip a McDonald's lunch break, you know, $10 with 50,000 people would raise $500,000. It covers all the deposit, get some of the equipment, start bringing in the dirt, start building the berms. And, you know, even, I mean, some people may give more. Some, you know, maybe some of you out there that are big ballers, you know, be like, you know what, I want to help this guy. Maybe they'll give more. Maybe you can only give $1. $1 would be cool. Anything, 50 cents. And you know what? If you can't spare money, you could share this. You could share this to someone who would donate money and wants to help. You know, take the link down below, whatever, and share it maybe on your Instagram, your Facebook, your YouTube. You know, maybe some of you YouTubers out there help me out. You know how it is. You guys love shooting. How cool would it be to keep preserving American ranges and make sure this land doesn't get bought up and turn into apartment complexes? But you could at least, even if you know, couldn't donate anything, you can share this. That's free. You can share this to someone you know that wants to help. Just say, hey, we should help this guy out. He's trying to do something good. He's in a weird predicament. He's in a strange predicament, I should say. He's in a strange predicament. And it's my CQB walls. Had to stack them to keep them off the wet ground because the water likes to rot wood. On these back, all the Ridge Racer people know where I'm at. you know, a lot of the stuff you see, I'll come build this stuff myself, my own money. I've already been doing it for years. I don't ask people for anything. I don't ask the owners here for a free handout. I'm painting these barrels myself, getting barrels delivered. Tank traps. Actually, my ironworker best friend built those for me and then drilled them. I just painted them, cut the wood, and Colin cut his wood, and then painted them so they look cool. Anywho, yeah, maybe you could share this to someone who may be able to help. Like I said, $20 is better, $10 would be sweet, you know, and shit. If it goes over the limit, you know, even if the GoFundMe went over the limit of what I need, I could immediately invest in shelter houses, rain covers, and, you know, build some of the positions so that other types of competitions can come in here and they have the, you know, structures and resources they need to set up competitions for everyone. But yeah, that's a lot of work, you know. You got to constantly re-scrape these bays all the time. That's not cheap. Dozers aren't cheap. Actually, all everything's expensive now. But yeah, like I said, think about it, and be really sweet if you did it.